to do extortion. Now, Wack has never been charged with this, but this is some cause for concern.
It's crazy that Wack's never been charged with it.
Because if this is the thought of the feds, you don't know what they got going through grand jury. You don't know what else they're trying to like dig up on you. You have zero idea. Say I read the RICO for 6ix9ine, and then they said, and a blogger who was 6ix9ine's co-conspirator posted this on his page. Nigga, I would have lawyered up. Nigga, I would have been to church, got baptized. See, you don't want to be. Once they start talking about you as a co-conspirator, they believe you are doing a crime. In the story Wack tells, he says enough people for it to be corroborated. He says, well, Birdman was on the phone. Well, it was Trick that was.
So you have academics making it clear. Shout out to Missouri. MISSOURI. MI, crooked letter, IOURI. Shout out to Missouri. When it's all said and done, man, WACK100 is the person who told us about this. So it's not like some random person came and give us this information. Academics cannot hide the fact that Wack is possibly and should be indicted for this situation, bro. You are going onto the internet saying that you're doing these things, my nigga. So let's jump into it.
Old money. Well, I was with Big U, and it happened at LAX. These are all verifiable things that if Wack was just talking, whatever. But I would imagine if they care about this overt act, and again, they might want to use to prove shit, they're going to contact them. I don't think he was thinking about this could be an overt act in a conspiracy, in a RICO. I think he was just thinking, yo, Trick's my brother. Trick is owed some money. Let me go ask for the money. Obviously, when you chase someone down, now it brings intimidation. It brings a lot of stuff, and then it's at the airport. It's kind of interesting that they just say a co-conspirator. Once you hear co-conspirator, chat, it usually means the police are looking at that other person who is also co-conspiring to potentially charge at some point. I'm hoping I'm right.
And this makes you wonder why Wack isn't, what's going on with it? Why isn't Wack on the conspirator list?
Oh, this story always sounded funny because it's like, damn, we can't imagine the future running, but it does make sense. Remember, let's go back to the indictment. They're saying a few days after they stomped out Future. So Future just got his ass whipped. Future just got his ass whipped a couple. Yo, it's like getting jumped by the same niggas twice. You got jumped once, they beat the brakes off of you. So you walk in 2 days later, you're like, it's Debo again. I'm out of here.
Damn, this nigga's back.
I'm out of here. Catch me later, guys. Like, yo. Nigga said, mask off. I'm out of this bitch. Okay. So a few days after they stomped him out the first time, they ran into him and chased him down through the airport in an attempt to further intimidate and collect the money.
Big shout out to Scandalous Los Angeles, where we got this from. Big shout out to Scandalous Los Angeles.
Exposed.
Get him a like, comment, subscribe.
Man, the walls are closing in on Wack, and everybody can see it. It's gotten so bad that, for the first time since the CS2 back paperwork dropped on the internet, you can visibly see and hear his frustration and worry. 1 minute, he's got a lawsuit dropped on him by Byron Blake, and the next, he's listed as a co-conspirator in a federal superseding indictment. I wouldn't wish what Wack is about to go through on my worst enemy, but let's be real. He brought this entirely on himself.
Wack is for sure about to be picked up in this indictment.
Crazy part is, Wack already gave us the play-by-play about this whole situation with Future. That's why it blew everyone's mind when he got thrown into the paperwork as a co-conspirator. Because, like you heard academics say at the beginning, that means the feds are saying he conspired with Big U.
Yeah, definitely. If you're named as a co-conspirator, that would mean that you are co-conspirating. That's how that works. That's literally the definition of
time. Wack has been doing everything he can to distance himself. But if he's the co-conspirator in this paperwork, they are officially pinning him to Big U. Because of this, Wack is now trying to change his story on video. Now he's trying to claim Trick was the one on the phone, and that he never told anybody who he was talking to. Rich Dollars from Making of a Man TV actually tries to help Wack out, because he knows that everyone has heard the audio already. Not only have they heard it, but the audio was actively being played on a host of different YouTube channels. Then Rich decided to play the audio for Wack live on Clubhouse, and Wack's response is priceless, to say the least.
No Cap Network.
Going on with this new indictment and what you're saying about the future shit.
Well, what about future?
No, they keep, I guess, talking about that.
You gotta remember, a bunch of these dudes is like kids. Don't get it. That's the overt act. That's not a charge.
And then they'll sit here and tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about, trying to make me feel like I'm an idiot. But in actuality, WACK100 is charging Big U with something that he actually did. So, you know, there's a snack and bacon in that.
Right. No, I think what the thing is that it's a gang of mother disputing that it happened.
And then it was home for you. One of his homeboys. Because the story, for one, Future will never touch.
Right.
And then they said a couple days later, he just touched somewhere, which couldn't be because we...
But then, see, here's the thing about that. Now, chat, I hate to just keep killing you guys with this same audio and the same soundbite over and over and over, but I think that it's important that I do play the entirety of, you know, the information for you guys, because Wack is maintaining that he doesn't know about anything about Future being touched. But if that's the case and that's the truth, then I don't know how he can explain this.
Beat the shit out. Future gets rushed in LA club. They was on him. That's why they was on him.
Talking about Trick from Detroit.
Nah, Trick Detroit. So, you know, that's bro, right? So,
Not sure what the hell just happened, but I'm not sure what all just happened. But all right, let's get back into it. Let's run it back one more time. Sorry about that, y'all.
somewhere 16, you can find it on Google where them niggas had beat the shit out of Future and his security. Future ran out to LA club. Google Future gets rushed in LA club. They was on him. That's why they was on him.
Talking about Trick from Detroit.
Nah, Trick from Detroit. So, you know, that's bro, right? So all I know is, you know, we always knew who owed.
So as Wack is maintaining that he never said or didn't know how, you know, anything about this or whatever, that obviously is just not true, because the audio we just played from 4 years ago, and Wack is saying this.
It was home for you, one of his homeboys, because the story, for one, Future will never touch.
Right.
And then they said a couple days later he was touched somewhere, which couldn't be because we all got on the same flight to Atlanta. Big U stayed a week. Future stayed where he was at. I came back the same day. Same day I landed, I came back. I told the story on why I went over there and why I came back. If you remember why I came right back. Right? That's the first time I went over there to them little projects called custody for the federal penitentiary.
Okay.
And that's when Big U had his idealism of what he wanted to do. And he talking about something was around the corner for me. Nigga, ain't nothing around the corner for me. I'm out. I got on, right? So I come right back. So when I'm reading the shit, I'm like, I noticed Vay. They talking about Vay said he had to hold a gun for Big U when they rolled down on a weed shop. So I'm like, oh, this is, they letting go the nigga's statement. It's Cody's.
Right.
Because Future was never touched and wasn't nobody even there, right? So
Future wasn't even touched, and wasn't nobody even there. Then why did you say that Future got rushed in the club? Again, if Future was never touched and no one was over there, then why the hell were 4 years ago were you making this statement right here, Wack?
On Google, where them niggas had beat the shit out of Future and his security. Future ran out to LA club. Google Future
ran out
gets
to LA
rushed
club.
in LA club. They was on him. That's why they was on him.
Again, so I hate to just repeat things over and over, guys, but
There, right?
we're dealing with the level of narcissism that has to always be proven when the lies come up. Otherwise, they'll say that the lies don't exist. So I don't mean to, you know, treat you guys like you guys were slow, but you know what I'm up against.
So that sounded to me like a nigga that either went back, told the story, put some extras on it, or a nigga just making up some shit because Future was never touched. And if you remember, I always said, Big U stayed behind.
So what do you think about the Trick saying that that he ain't know nothing about it or that is cap?
Well, they did that way back when me and Big U got into it. You know, I always got an ace in the hole.
Right.
I bet you Trick won't put that on his mama. I got an ace in the hole because you got to remember, I'm the one on the phone on Future phone. You forgot? I'm the one on the phone on Future phone. You forgot?
Right.
The nigga on the phone is who sent the wire the next day. The nigga on the phone is who sent the wire the next day.
Now, this, you know what? I don't have to look for too many clips, man. Scandalous Los Angeles, I know they're going to do their due diligence. Let me just be quiet, because if Birdman is right here, that means that Scandalous Los Angeles is going to bring up the fact that WACK100 is the one who actually did bring Birdman into the situation. And now you want to say, oh man, you know, the person. Well, the person is Birdman, aka Baby, aka Stunna, because you are the one who gave us that information.
We've already heard the original story. Wack claimed he chased down Future, caught up to him, and Future threw him the phone with Stunna, or Birdman, on the other end. But now, right here, Wack is telling Rich something completely different. In response to Trick calling the whole story cap, Wack claims he has an ace in the hole. He's suddenly saying he was the one on the phone, and he was the one who sent the wire the next day. But wait a minute. Why would Trick be sending a wire the next day if he was the one who was owed the money? If Trick sent the wire, who did he send it to?
So Trick sent the wire to himself. So Future owes Trick the wire. So Trick pays Trick for Future's debt that he owes Trick. You okay?
Himself. Make it make sense.
He can't.
This was supposed to be his ace in the hole.
It's not.
But instead, Wack just caught himself in his own web of lies there.
He did.
And it's obvious it's because all this pressure is hitting him at once. Couple that with the fact that Birdman is probably blowing up his phone on his bumper. You know he's mad at Wack for dragging his name into this story to begin with. And he's probably demanding that Wack fix the situation.
Right, so you saying Sonic can bear?
I ain't said nothing. I just said the nigga on the phone. I ain't never told you niggas on the phone.
Oh, well. Wait. So, wait. Because it's this. Wait, damn.
Rich Dollars doesn't even know how to respond. He's just sitting there like, damn. Because Wack is saying something completely different from the video that was just played on the channel right in front of him.
And he don't know what.
Rich honestly couldn't believe what was happening right there.
Nigga's happening right in front of your eyes. So what you gonna do? Get with the web of lies? Or you gonna stay solid, Rich?
And the sad part
do it for the riches.
Is these guys are genuinely trying to protect Wack and stick up for him. But when Wack flips the script like this, he puts them in a situation where they literally can't help him, even if they try.
No,
I ain't
because
never told no nigga who was on the phone. I just said the nigga on the phone said, I know about the debt, my word, I'ma handle it tomorrow. It'll be paid, my word.
No,
I ain't
because
never told no nigga who was on the phone. I just said the nigga on the phone said, I know about the debt, my word, I'ma handle it tomorrow. It'll be paid, my word.
Wack just said he never said his name. But the guy on the phone with him told him that he knew about the debt, claiming, it'll be paid, that's my word. The problem is that he also said the debt was owed to Trick.
You did too much talking, Wack. You did too much talking. You done ran your Wack walkers too much.
But right here, Wack is trying to say Trick was the one on the phone saying, I know about the debt. Wait, if the debt was owed to Trick, why would he be on the phone telling Wack about a debt that he owes to himself? Wack is completely confusing his own story, and Rich Dollaz is just sitting there trying to help him. What's more sad than that is the fact that Wack has a bunch of minions on Clubhouse that have been defending this kind of shit this whole time.
Boom, send the wire information. I ain't never told nobody who was on the phone.
do you want to hear it? because we just heard it and it's...
Rich Dollars literally asked Wack if he wanted to hear it. And as you guys just heard, Wack went completely silent. The reason he didn't say it...
Hey, you want to hear the video of you incriminating yourself? Yeah, you want to hear the video of you incriminating others?
Anything is because he absolutely did not want to hear that clip. But for whatever reason, Rich Dollars just wasn't reading the room. Wack knew exactly what he was doing by staying quiet, but it just went right over Rich's head.
I wouldn't mind hearing it. Hold on, bro. What you say? Don't worry about what he told you.
What is that? What is it? Huh? What did you say? What's going? My name's Wack. I'm lost. What's going on here?
So look,
told nobody who was on the phone.
damn, bro.
As I said earlier, Rich can't even process it. He is completely in the dark on this one. Look, if this is all just a scripted play, then Rich deserves an acting award, because he sounds completely stunned. But now, we have to ask Rich a question. Now that you understand the seriousness of what you've stepped into, are you going to continue to support and defend it? Everyone listening can hear that you can't even believe what
He's for sure pulling a YSL Woody. I don't recall.
just happened
I don't recall.
in front of you. So, Rich, that's ultimately the question.
I've never told nobody was on the phone, bro. I ain't never. Only niggas know who. Big U don't even know who was on the phone, cause he wasn't here when the phone call happened.
okay, so look.
So hold on, let me see this real quick. Wack, Future. Let's just see Birdman. Let's see what pops up. Let's see what comes up.
But it ain't hooked up to no plane. He left it.
Oh, bro.
He runs into the terminal. True story. He runs into the terminal, right? When he runs into the terminal, he take his phone out, right? He know he can only go so far. Cause what you gonna do? Jump onto the runway? That's a long drop down there, right? He throws the phone at me on speaker. All I hear is Stunner voice.
All I hear is Stunner's voice. This man said that he didn't say no names. Big U don't even know because he wasn't there. You never said the name. Well, what's this?
It's a long, but it ain't hooked up to the top down there, right? He throws the phone at me on speaker. All I hear is Stunner voice. He say it's a long drop, but it ain't hooked up to no plane. He left it.
Oh, bro.
He runs into the terminal. True story. He runs into the terminal, right? When he runs into the terminal, he take his phone out, right? He know he can only go so far. Cause what you gonna do? Jump onto the runway? That's a long drop down there, right? He throws the phone at me on speaker. All I hear is Stunner voice. He say, Wack, it's me, Stunner, talk to me. I say, Stunner, I'm busy right now. He said, yeah, but I don't want you to be, nephew. What's going on? I say, oh, trick.
So you mentioned Stunner's name 3 to 4 times in that, and Stunner would be Birdman. So when you're making these claims and you're telling these stories and you're saying things,
bro, I ain't never. Only niggas know who. Big U don't even know who was on the phone.
Ultimately, the question.
I've never told nobody was on the phone, bro. I ain't never.
You never told nobody who was on the phone, but yet here we are able to clearly find footage of you, and we're able to hear, audio of you, and you're saying,
but it ain't hooked up to no.
I just don't get it. I just really don't understand, But okay, we'll play the game. Let's play the game. Here you go,
bro. But it ain't hooked up to no. That's a long drop down there, right? He throws the phone at me on speaker. All I hear is Stunner voice. He say, Wack, it's me, Stunner. Talk to me. I say, Stunner, I'm busy right now.
Bro, all I
But
hear
it ain't
is
hooked up.
Stunner's voice. He say, Wack, it's me, Stunner. Talk to me. I say Stunner, blah, blah. Like, this is you saying names. I don't know if you don't understand the definition of saying names. I don't know if you're not really clear of what that means, but this is you saying names. So when you say these types of things, it
Happened
doesn't
in
matter.
front of you.
That doesn't make sense. Excuse me.
So, Rich, that's ultimately the question.
I've never told nobody was on the phone, bro. I ain't never. Only niggas know who. Big U don't even know who was on the phone, cause he wasn't there when the phone call happened.
Okay, so look, so you done said on Clubhouse,
Cause it said it was on.
I gotta play it for you, Wack.
Future old Trick some money. So me, Trick and Big U was real close at the time, right? Future old wrote some money. All right, Trick in Detroit. Me and Big U on a red-eye flight to Atlanta. We coming to LAX. We coming through the security, putting our bag through the thing. Who we see on the other side? Future and the girl that's with the bag, the football player. Sierra. We see Future and Sierra. I say, bro, is that who I think it is? He looked. I said, yeah. I said, you take the jock out of here. When we come to the thing, I say, hey, homie, you got that money for Trick? He take off work. I'm waiting on the dead homies through the
Yo, playing Wack his own audio is crazy.
and he runs into a motherfucking terminal, and he runs into the thing, but it ain't hooked up to no plane. He left it.
No, bro.
He runs into the terminal, true story. Runs into the terminal, right? When he run into the terminal, he take his phone out, right? He know it can only go so far, because what you gonna do, jump onto the runway? That's a long drop down there, right? he throws the phone at me on speaker. All I hear is Stunner voice. All I hear is Stunner voice. Stunner voice. Stunner voice. He say, Wack, it's me, Stunner. He say, Wack, it's me, Stunner. Talk to me. I say, Stunner, I'm busy right now. I say, Stunner, I'm busy right now. He said, yeah, but I don't want you to be, nephew. What the going on? I say, he owe Trick a bag, man. He can't be in our backyard and he owe bro a bag. Either he gonna pay or he finna get up and then he gonna pay, right? Trick at home sleep. He don't know what's going on. He in Detroit, right? He say, Wack, my word to you, I pay the debt. Let him be. I got business with that man. I said, what? He said, Wack, it's Stunner talking to you. He said, Wack, it's Stunner talking to you. As your brother, leave him be. You got my word, whatever the debt is. Hit me, Trick, I'll pay him in the morning. On me. I'm giving you my word. I threw it back to fuck off. Trick got his wire. It's real, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is like, that was like, it was a real table at one time to where we knew what was going on. Knew everywhere, in every region, to where we knew what was going on, right? And we was gonna move it if we saw you. And our squads knew if they saw you at a hookah lounge or a club. It been times where niggas like, hey, well, I ain't gonna say no name, such and such at the club, lock him down. It was go over there 20 deep to their VIP. Tell the security they don't pay you enough for what is here. Look, continue to have your drinks. If y'all cool, ain't nobody moving out.
Either you throwing a nigga off?
Man, Rich Dollars. If my mom was watching this right now, she would say, bless his little heart. Because boy, he is really trying, but just can't seem to get what's going on. He comes on and says, so what, Wack? Were you trying to throw him off? It's like he's realizing, man, you just got caught lying. So what were you doing a minute ago? Were you just trying to throw these guys off with the story you just told? Because we all just heard Wack drop Stunner's name about 10 different times.
Bro, listen, I know where the money came from, and that don't matter. Or you gotta stop doing police shit too. Or you gotta stop doing police shit too. Or you gotta stop doing police shit too.
If there is one thing this clip teaches us about Wack,
that he is a compulsive liar, bro. He is a compulsive liar, but we're going to keep going in these YouTube streets because Wack, you've been caught, brother. You've been caught. And y'all got to pay attention.